Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unlocking a powerful ancient art that's all around you, and it's shaping how you think and what you do every single day, most of the time without you even realizing it.
All right, let's kick things off with a question. Have you ever really stopped to wonder how a persuasive message works? I mean, what's the secret sauce? How do they get in your head and actually flip a switch?
Well, a lot of the time, the answer is this thing called rhetoric, the art and science of persuasion. Now, we often think of it as something from ancient Greece, but get this, its roots go way, way back, even to ancient Egypt and what they called beautiful speaking principles. It's a truly timeless human tool.
But what is it really? At its heart, rhetoric isn't just about giving some fancy, flowery speech. It's a tactical system, a method for making an argument so compelling that it moves an audience to think, feel, or act in a new way.
So, the great philosopher Aristotle, he was totally obsessed with this. He picked apart countless arguments to figure out what made them tick, and he boiled it all down to three, let's call them master keys, that he believed were in every single effective argument.
Okay, first up, we've got ethos. This is all about the speaker's character. When you hear someone speak, you're subconsciously asking, can I trust this person? Do they know what they're talking about? Do they seem like they have my best interests at heart? It's the absolute foundation.
Next is logos. This is the appeal to our rational brain. This is the nuts and bolts of the argument. The facts, the evidence, the statistics, the logical flow. It's the part that has to make sense and hold up under scrutiny. And rounding out the trio is pathos. This one goes straight for the heart. It targets the audience's emotions, trying to stir up feelings like joy or anger or empathy. Because, let's be honest, we think very differently when we're feeling happy compared to when we're upset or scared.
So here's the thing you absolutely have to remember. These three work together kind of like the legs of a stool. A really persuasive message balances that speaker credibility, a solid logical argument, and a real emotional connection. You kick one leg out and the whole argument just wobbles and collapses.
Okay, so if ethos, pathos, and logos are the why of persuasion, then how do you actually do it? How do you weave these appeals into your words? Well, that's where the rhetorical toolkit comes in.
Now, the tools in this kit basically fall into two big families. First, you've got what are called tropes. Think of these as wordplay. They change the meaning of a word to paint a new picture in your head. On the other hand, you have figures. These are all about structure and rhythm. They don't change what the words mean, but they change the arrangement of the sentence to make it pop.
All right, to make this feel a little less abstract, let's look at a few of these tools in action. And trust me, you're going to see these out in the wild, probably before the day is over.
First up, a classic trope, the metaphor. It's probably one of the most powerful tools in the entire kit for helping us understand a big, abstract idea by connecting it to something simple and concrete.
So when someone says life is a stage, they're not being literal, right? What it does is it takes this huge, messy thing called life and neatly reframes it. Suddenly, our experiences are roles, we're actors, and it just clicks in our brain in a new, powerful way.
Okay, tool number 2, the rhetorical question. This is a super clever way to engage an audience because you're asking a question you don't actually want them to answer out loud. The whole point is to get them to answer it silently, in their own heads, leading them right where you want them to go.
See, this isn't looking for a show of hands. It's designed to make every single person listening think to themselves, well, no, of course not. And just like that, without saying a word, they've agreed with you. You've made them a partner in your argument. It's really clever. All right, now let's look at a figure, a tool that's all about structure. This one is called Anaphora. It's all about creating this powerful, rolling rhythm by repeating a word or phrase at the start of successive sentences.
You can just feel the intensity build there, can't you? That repetition of, we are not afraid, it's like a drum beat. It just hammers the point home and builds this incredible emotional momentum. There's a reason you hear this so much in powerful speeches.
Okay, so why does any of this actually matter? Because once you learn to see this code, you can't unsee it. It is literally everywhere, from ads for your breakfast cereal to the speeches of world leaders. It's the invisible architecture of persuasion.
All right, let's put this to the test with a real-world example. This is from a Babylac baby food ad in Turkey that features a very well-known and trusted actress, Pelin Karahan. And honestly, it's a perfect little masterclass in how these appeals get blended together. So check out how this works. It's all about layering. First, the celebrity. You immediately think, hey, she's a famous actress, and she's a mom. She wouldn't give her own kids something that wasn't good. That's your ethos.
Then boom, they hit you with images of a happy, smiling, healthy baby. And that's pure pathos. It taps right into our protective, nurturing instincts. And the result? This potent emotional cocktail of trust and warmth. And notice, there's almost zero logos here. No stats, no data, just credibility and feeling.
And of course, in the world of politics, these tools are absolutely essential. You see Anaphora all the time, hammering home key promises, turning them into those catchy chants you hear at rallies. What all these techniques do is take really complex ideas and boil them down into simple, powerful, and emotionally charged messages that stick in your brain long after you've heard them.
So here's the big takeaway. Rhetoric isn't just about making things sound pretty, it's not just decoration. Every single choice, a metaphor here, a repeated phrase there, it's all a deliberate, strategic decision designed to give an argument, as the Roman orator Cicero put it, its exact weight, and to win you over.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final thought. You know, learning to understand rhetoric is kind of like getting a superpower. It gives you the decoder ring for the thousands of messages all fighting for your attention every day. And it lets you be more critical, more conscious about which messages you let in and which arguments you ultimately choose to believe.